Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Anarchy Arena podcast. Today, you're going to hear us talk about a new toy Chris got, and we're going to go over some awesome memories of our past vehicles that we have had. We hope you guys enjoy, and thank you for listening.
So I did a thing today, Billy.
What'd you do?
I bought a car.
Damn. So wait. You had what? The Focus?
Yeah, I had the
all this time,
I had the,
right?
the 05 baby shit green Focus. Because let's
Baby
be honest,
shit
it was
green
baby
Focus,
shit
and you've
green.
had that. That's an 05. How long have you had that car?
Since Jetton.
Since the Jetton house. So I want to say, John, that's probably what,
So
about
like
2011, give or take?
2010,
Yeah,
2011?
somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And it was an 05 when I bought it
Okay.
at 64,000 miles. It now has 156,000 miles as of 2019.
You haven't even put 100K on that shit in like 10 years?
Which is really weird because the drive
That's
I do
actually
from
really
here
good,
back
though.
to my folks is like 700 miles one way. And I usually do that at least
Right.
once a year.
Damn.
Ask him what car he got. What kind of car he got.
Okay, so hold up. We're getting there. This is tight.
I figured you'd
wanna
be
hear
interested.
what
You're a
Chris
car
got.
guy, so.
Yeah, I definitely am. And okay. So part one, what car did you get and why?
Okay, so been spending the last few months doing my research, trying to narrow down exactly what I wanted. I knew I wanted a hatchback because if I'm taking the dog around, especially if he's in the kennel, it's just easier to have a hatchback to put him in, right?
I'm already out, John.
Wow, fuck you.
I love you, dude. No, keep going.
Well, my logic is I don't have enough need for an SUV. Plus, I hate the fuel economy on those fucking things. So a hatchback is a good middle ground for me, right?
All right.
So after searching through shit cars and shit deals, I shit you not, I went and looked at one last Saturday that had mouse bites all up and through the engine bay. There were literal mouse turds sitting on the battery cover.
And you want to know how far they went? You want to know how far they went down?
Wait. This was like a used car, I hope.
Yes, it was a used car at a used car lot.
Yeah, at a used car. Jesus
She let me
Christ.
drive it from Nashville all the way down to the borough for one of my mechanics down here to look at it and back. And once he saw the mouse bites, he's like, dude, unless you get a hell of a steal on this thing, then no. She was listing it for $8,900. He said, if you can get it for $7,500, it's worth it because then you've saved the money you would make up for and, replacing all that bullshit the mouse bit through. I said, all right.
Okay, realistic numbers.
Right.
That's good shit.
So I get back up to the dealership and I tell her, I'm like, look, you got mouse bites, you got mouse chewings all over the wiring. They're starting to chew on the fender. God knows what else they've screwed up.
Mouse turds in the engine
mouse
block.
turds in the engine bay that you didn't even bother to clean up before I got there. They had 24 hours notice I was coming up.
Yeah.
Didn't even bother to clean it out.
All you gotta do is take a vacuum.
Right? So I look at her, I was like, look,
you.
8,900 ain't gonna cut it. So I super lowballed her. I was like, honestly, with all that, and I'm looking at anywhere, if they got into the wiring harness, we're talking anywhere from, $3,000 to $5,000 worth of damage right there that I'm going to have to come out of pocket for. So that being said,
so depends on what you're talking about.
it was
keep going.
that particular vehicle was a 2014 Ford Focus hatchback titanium. So it was the top trim model.
Ford Focus. I love it. All right, keep going.
So I lowballed the shit out of her because I expected her to come down a bunch and then I'd go up a little bit and blah, blah, blah. So I lowballed her. I said, I'll come in and I'll start with you at $5,000. She goes, well, let me talk to my finance company and see what they say. So she sends them a quick email. They send her back and she said, honestly, the best I can do is I can come down to $8,500, and that's the absolute lowest. I said, okay, thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, and just leave.
Oh my
Fuck that
god!
shit.
Yeah, just leave that shit.
Yeah.
What the
Like
fuck?
you weren't willing to
Oh my
play ball
God.
at all. You gave me the worst. I'm
Damn.
not surprised by mouse droppings look
Damn.
ever. Fuck you. I'm out.
Damn,
But what car did
That's-
you get?
that's intense. So this is like your journey to the car you ended up getting, right?
This is the journey to the car I
Right,
ended up getting.
so-
Okay, so saw
Okay.
that one last week. Went and saw two more on Thursday. Again,
both of them Ford Focuses.
Yeah,
just
we
that
just
out.
have a surplus of Ford Focus hatchbacks around here. Like they're fucking everywhere.
Well, and you like them because
I've driven
you had
one for
much
years.
success
Yes.
with yours. Yeah, so you kind of have a fanboy thing with them. Okay.
I wouldn't call it a fanboy thing. I would call it a
well, not like a
I'm
fanboy.
comfortable
Like
with
you're
them.
loyal.
Yes, I'm comfortable.
You're loyal.
But let's cut the shit here.
No reason to experiment when it works in the first
Exactly.
place, right? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's
no,
cut
I feel you. Okay.
Let's cut the shit here though, because the car says Ford Focus on it. It feels more like a Wells and Fargo fucking coach when you drive that sumbitch.
What, my car? My old car?
Yeah, your old car, because it was so bumpy.
Yeah.
And just like you felt like you're so high on the wheel. I felt like I should
the
have.
fact that car lasted that long, it's almost like John's Camry having speakers that long, bro.
Dude, every time I drove that thing, my foot would get a massage.
Like, I know, and I had to sit in the back. I had to lead car him with no brakes, expecting him not to hit. We're not going to go into John's cars. Let's keep going with yours.
Hey, listen, my cars are fucking tanks, all right?
I love you, dude. I'll do anything for you.
My cars are
proof that.
skip.
In fairness, that Camry of yours did survive a lot.
That Camry, and I you want to know why John and I will be friends forever?
Why is that?
Because of that goddamn Camry. I would never do what I did in that Camry for anyone on this planet. And I promise you that I would do it for John, though.
That's fair.
I'm telling you right now, what I literally. John said this car doesn't have any brakes. Who wants to drive it to the junkyard? Oh, Billy, you're the best driver. You should do it.
I mean,
sure, friend.
Let's be real here.
Sure, friend. I'll drive the car with no brakes. Hey, I'm gonna put your wife in the passenger seat. How does that sound?
Billy, let's be real here. If anyone in my little circle of friends could potentially drive a car without brakes, I'm gonna go with the guy that's been professionally fucking trained.
Jesus.
I mean, he's got a valid point.
I'm telling you. It doesn't matter, dude. A car with no brakes. It doesn't matter how professionally trained are. That shit's so crazy. Anyway, so to make a short story start, because it's really about Chris. I had to drive this car to the junkyard, and I had Jesse in the passenger seat, and we were on the phone with John, which was in the follower car.
Mm-hmm.
And like whenever there were red lights, Jesse would be like, "We're not stopping here. We're gonna just run this red light." And so I would run it, and it would turn it, and then, like that was our communication. Can he stop? No, he can't. We're going forward.
Oh my god!
And so we did make it to the junkyard. Nobody got hurt. No wrecks. No nothing. It ended up being a successful run. It was absolutely whack and insane. I would never do that for anyone fucking else, and I hate you for that memory because it's so scary.
I don't know how I've never been to jail.
Yeah, let's be honest about
dude,
that
that
one.
memory, like I have trauma from that.
No, I literally do.
You.
That's the reason
like
why
I literally like when I press the brake on my car and it might not stop as fast as I think it is. I'm like, oh fuck! Like and it's because of that. Because I know what it feels like now to not have brakes. Yeah, no, he did. He did. I never want to be in a car with no brakes ever again. Anyway, so we should move on for this. Chris, keep going with your story of buying your new car.
Okay, so
I don't want to take any hype from this because it's just tight. I love buying a new car. It's just tight.
So go up to Nashville on Thursday to go look at 2 more Ford Focus hatchbacks. First one is a silver 14, got a sunroof. She looks pretty. She's clean on the interior. The engine bay looks immaculate. Guys like, you want to take a test drive? I'm like, absolutely I do. All right, let me go scan your license. Out the door. Here you go. See you in a few minutes. Cool.
So is 14 the year?
14.
Yeah, there were a lot of 14s and 15s around, like a lot of them. And,
and I'm just curious because everything seems to be 14.
Well, here's the reason why. The 14 and 15 4-cylinder models all had a recall out on them. 3 specific recalls. One was a tank deformation recall, which was a software patch that they need to put in. One was, and you'll know what this is, one was a TCM recall.
Weird.
Okay. And the other one was a transmission/clutch shutter.
Oh my god.
So
But you're going for automatic, I would
yes,
assume.
yes, I'm going for automatic. I cannot
Yeah,
drive
so,
stick.
I mean, that
Shoot
wouldn't
me
matter.
now.
Yeah,
I
you
can't drive stick.
Yeah, he's not a man. It's okay.
Oh, fuck you.
Wow.
Oh shit!
I have tried so many times over the years, and I just cannot get it.
Kidding.
I know you are.
I'm just kidding.
So
Well, I mean,
all right, keep going.
Keep
going, dude.
To be fair,
So-
Chris might be afraid to learn how to drive stick, considering like the story we have about someone else trying to learn stick.
Well, true.
Yeah,
True. But we'll save that
We'll
one
save
for
that
later.
one for
Keep
later.
going,
That
Chris.
one's in a future episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's in the future. Well, we'll keep going.
So-
I want to hear this story. I'm super hyped.
Okay,
for this.
so I'm driving this 14, and I'm like, okay, I know it's got these recalls out, so let's see how bad it is.
Okay.
Go to pull the car in the parking lot, just kind of coasting down their little hill. Go to turn out, put it into first gear, shudder all over the place. It was like being back in my old car. I was like, oh, well,
And
that's
this
not
is
good.
In an automatic.
In an automatic. Once it got out of first
Yeah.
gear, it was fine. Second, third, no problem.
Okay.
Go to stop at a stoplight, go back into first, did it again.
Ooh, some mad shake.
Yeah, so mad shake. So it definitely would have qualified for the recall, but the fact that
Okay.
it was sitting at the lot for that long and they hadn't done it yet, I was like, that's fucking weird. It's a free thing. You could have sent it off and had it done by now, but whatever.
Yeah.
So
Why haven't you done it?
Exactly.
Used car lots don't give a shit.
Yeah.
No, you
Well,
go to used
this
car
one
lot.
did.
Yeah, right. You
This
know what
one
I'm
didn't.
saying?
So
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I had the guy pull
Okay.
the Carfax again, looked at it, told him
Yeah.
I had a couple others I was looking at and I'd be in touch. Drove down to a different part of Nashville to look at a 15 Focus hatchback.
Nice.
So 1 year newer. The first one had 46,000 miles on it. The second one had 88,000 miles on it, and it was a year old
Oh
or a
my
year
God.
newer. Yeah. The interior was much more to my liking, so I was like, okay, so this is better. This also has the recalls out on it, so let's see how bad this one is on a test drive. Noticeable shudder, but almost to the point where you weren't sure if the recall guys were going to go, yeah, you need to get that done, or nope, not quite yet. You got to wait till it gets worse. So that was
Okay.
to
so
be
that was
fair,
that was a little
Chris,
weird.
To be fair,
It's a really
Chris,
terrible
you're
answer.
used to really bad shudder
I am.
because your
Yeah.
car does it all the time. Your car
Dude,
does it all
I
the
am.
time.
Focus vibrated like
a washing machine.
like a sex toy.
Yes.
Like it was like I am trying to make you orgasm. Like it's gotta happen.
Chris,
like,
I have
Chris, I-
broken that car in without ever taking my pants off. We'll
I
put
was
it that
about
way.
to say,
Hey,
Chris, I
that's
think I figured out why
amazing.
your girlfriends like you.
Hey, that's what it is. Damn it, I'm
because
screwed
they're
now that I
shitting
got
in
the
the
new
car.
car.
Like, man, this feels good.
Right?
Can
So-
we go around the corner one more time?
Wait, are we really home?
Obviously, when I was driving this car
I
around,
love
you know
it.
what I wouldn't have needed, John?
It's a pimp
Blue
wagon. And we
Chew?
had no
I would
idea.
not have needed Blue Chew. Oh,
Damn
got
right
it
you
in.
wouldn't have.
Blue Chew got it in.
Hashtag please sponsor us. Anyway,
Jesus Christ, you guys.
so drove this one around for a bit, and it was okay. It had a bit of the shudder, and it had some other minor issues. So told them the same thing. Got a couple others I'm looking at. We'll be in touch. So,
Right.
and I did all this with my buddy at work, who's my mechanic friend, who has done all the work on what's now my old Focus. So he knows what's now my old car in and out. He's done plenty of work on it. So I brought him with me, so he knew what to look for better than I did.
Uh-huh.
So he was like, yeah, I don't know about either of those two, man. I mean, you could get the recall stuff done, but you might be out of car for a little bit. And, let's see what else we can find. So
And a 2015 with 88,000 miles is a little bit scary.
a little bit, like it really shouldn't, considering there was a 14 with 46,000.
I think that was either a pizza delivery guy's car or Uber driver's car.
It was a fleet car was what it was.
Or it could have been a dude that had to commute to work in a major city.
Or that's true. So
I know that side.
Yeah.
It's the only reason I throw that out there.
So flash forward to Friday, and I'm leaving work, and I'm like, man, I've got to make a choice between one of these two. Well, let me look at my car gurus again, see if anything popped up. Well, up
Wait,
pops.
like yesterday, Friday?
Yes, yesterday.
Okay.
So pull up my car gurus. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Here's a car that I originally had taken off my list because it was out of my price range, and now it's way back in my price range. We
Okay.
should probably go look at this. So I text my mechanic. I'm like, hey, I'm going to go look at this tomorrow. Here's the Carfax. Here's the info on it. What do you want pictures of? He's like, screw that, dude. I've got nothing going on Saturday morning. I'll come with you. All right, sweet. Even better. So he shows up this morning. We drive out to Lebanon to go look at it. And it's
Dude,
a
dope.
black on black. So black exterior, black interior,
It's
The
black on slate black.
Yes.
Black on slate black, smooth, clean, looking pearlescent.
Ooh,
Oh
the
my
violence,
god.
the speed,
Okay, the
the
violence
momentum.
and the speed. I can already feel it from you, Chris. So I want to
Exactly.
hear the end of the
So-
story. Yeah, let's go,
So
baby.
we get down there and I'm looking it over, and yeah, it's got a
fun.
couple minor cosmetic dings and whatever. Nothing major. We're talking like minor scratches and shit, right?
Okay.
I'm like, all right, so
Okay.
let's take her for a test drive. Now, I'd already pulled the Carfax on this one. She had
Wait, what is it? You didn't
a
say what it was.
2016 black on black Ford Focus hatchback.
Okay. God damn it. It's
I've got
full
a
Ford
pattern
Focus.
here.
Wait, you have a type
Okay.
for cars too? What the fuck?
Apparently.
Chris?
Yeah,
Crazy bitches and Ford
apparently
Focus
You
hatchbacks.
can't just not have a Ford Focus hatchback. That's cool though. Keep going.
Well, if I ever get another car, they don't make the Focus anymore, so I'll have to get something else.
God bless you. You'll find a way to have a Focus.
Probably.
No worries.
So
Keep going.
get in and go to do the test drive. I've already pulled the Carfax. This thing has no recalls out on it because it's not a 4-cylinder, Billy. It is an i3 engine with a turbo on it.
Oh.
So it's an inline 3
There's
with a
the
turbo
speed and the
on it.
momentum.
Well,
There's the violence. The
Well,
speed.
the turbo makes up for that
and
lack
the
of a
lack
fourth
of
cylinder.
momentum, but it's okay. Chris thinks it's there.
It's got a turbo, okay? That's all that matters. And I'm making up
It's
a
got a
shit ton of fuel
turbo.
efficiency.
You want to know how this is going to be fun. Chris, what's the... No, hold on. So, Judd, stop. What, what's the size of the turbo? Weird how there was dead space.
Small?
Yeah, small. Okay, keep going. I'm sorry, man.
It's okay. No, it's
no
okay.
roast. No insult.
No, I'm fully aware.
hard
This thing
feelings.
only has a turbo
I
in it.
love you, and I really just want you to have a good car.
I know.
That's really my intention.
He's driving a
I'm
3-cylinder.
having fun with the story. I'm having fun with the
I'm
story.
completely
So-
understanding the fact that this car
Yeah.
only has a turbo in it
Yeah.
because it only has 3 cylinders. I'm completely aware of that, okay? So,
Yeah.
anyway,
It's all good. It's
take
all
this
good.
thing out of the lot and driving for like 5, 10, 20 minutes. This thing is smooth. And I'm talking
Smooth.
buttery smooth. There's no
Yeah.
rattle. There's no shimmy.
good.
It's shifting beautifully. The suspension
what you
feels fucking
expect.
great. Get back to the
Great.
lot. And the guy's like, so what'd you think? I'm like, man, she's got some minor cosmetic things. The tires are crap. I'm going to have to get new tires on her. But all that being said, I
Okay.
like her.
Okay.
What are you offering? I already knew what he was offering, but I wanted to see if he'd
Man.
come in lower. He's like,
I'm
we're
down.
listing her for
Okay.
7.6.
Not bad.
7.6.
2015.
Yeah,
you got low miles.
$7,600
You guys-
on a
you got pretty
16
good car.
with 77,000
Okay.
miles on it.
Okay.
I said,
okay.
I said,
And today's world, where you could average like 18K a year, right?
yeah, I
Like,
think the
easily.
average right now
And
is
then,
anywhere
like,
between 15 and 18K.
realistically, 15 to 18K, right? So take that into consideration. I mean, you're right on par. So I mean, you're looking pretty.
Right.
So
So I look and say, okay, 7.6 is now. We,
Alright.
I hit him with 7.6 out the door, tax and tags title. He's like, I can't do that. I'm like, all right, can't blame me for trying. So ended up buying for 7.5 out the door with taxes tags title 8.5, and then went and brought it back down here and put 4 brand new tires on it. So I now have
Nice.
a 2016 Ford Focus hatchback, black on black with LED headlights, brand new
Oh, you're gonna be
tires.
one of those assholes. Yeah.
Yeah, I am, but they're fucking pretty. And it's got the fucking backup camera, and it's got the sync Bluetooth shit, and the interior lighting is a really nice soft blue, which really works out well with the black on black.
yeah. So
She's fucking sweet,
interesting.
man. I just gotta. The thing is, I
looking-
gotta figure out a name for her.
So, okay. So the 2015 i3 is what you bought.
2016 i3.
You got a 2016 i3.
A 2016 i3 turbo hatchback Ford Focus SE with 77,000 miles for out the door 8.5.
You know, somebody died in that car, right?
Okay, hold on.
Like that's what happened. Someone died in that car. That's the reason why you guys are so fucking
I don't fucking care if they died. Shit. If that got me a better deal, then goddamn it, I hope they died peacefully.
mid-stroke on I-65.
I
and I'm not talking about the fucking debilitating stroke. I'm talking about like, fuck it, I'm in the middle of traffic, nobody's looking. Oh shit.
thought you were talking about a transmission stroke there. You went a completely different way.
Chris, how long have you known me? I didn't go a different way. You just didn't think I would go that way.
That's true. That's true.
So super interesting. You're running an EcoBoost motor,
Correct.
and you have no idea what you got.
What do you mean?
That EcoBoost motor, man, if it was in the hands of somebody I knew what to do with it, bro, I would smoke everything on the streets.
I know
That's
you
all
would.
I'm saying.
But
I would smoke everything on the streets. But so here's what I would say. I think you got a really good platform for now. And I love what you bought. And I think, and you're a Ford Focus fan. And to be honest, man, that Ford Focus you had was super reliable. I gotta give you that, man. That old Ford Focus, and I know why you're loyal to him, man. But so there's only one beef, and coming from a guy that has a turbo in his car right now. Okay,
we're turbo buddies, Billy.
We're turbo. God damn it, are we really?
It does not sound like that, actually.
Oh,
John,
it will.
It can.
It can.
It definitely can, especially with EcoBoost. I've heard a lot of EcoBoost. But I love you to death, guy. But here's what you got to worry about, and I'm worried about the same thing. So it's not just you. But so, what does a turbo have? Like, what does a turbo do?
It's got extra zooms.
No. Okay. Yes, it does. No, you're not wrong. It does. It puts more some of them zooms so you can go vroom vroom real fast.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's what it does. That's exactly what it is.
That's right.
Okay, I was
That's right.
Yeah.
So think of the maintenance you had to do with your old car, right?
Right.
Okay. The maintenance with this car will be the same, except what does a turbo do? A turbo is a moving part, right? It's basically like this big ass fan that shoots air, right?
Right.
What do moving parts do?
Eventually fail.
Moving parts, exactly.
So yes, I understand that is one more part on that car that's going to fail.
Your engine, Austin, that's one more part. But what else does it have? That oil pan that had nothing going to it before in the old one. The oil pan now has a line coming out of it going into the turbo because oil cools your turbo.
Right.
Weird. So now oil changes are of the absolute most essentially important.
Yes. I am fully aware of that.
And a turbo can fail at any time. Good luck. I haven't had one fail yet, but I probably gonna trade my car in before the turbo fails because I will never probably own a car with a turbo on it ever again.
Okay, so the car you have with the turbo,
it kind of scares me.
The car you have with the turbo, how long have you had it? It's way newer
than yours.
How long have you had it?
It's a year and a half.
Okay,
a year and a half, and I love the car to death. So for those that are listening that probably want to know, I own a 2019 Subaru WRX. It has the STI package.
I hate you so
It has the STI
much.
package, but it does not have. It is not an STI. So if you ever see a Subaru WRX when it has the limited tag on it, is because it's limited. But that limited it has the STI package, meaning my interior and everything on my radio, like my dash and everything, is STI. I just don't have the motor,
right,
and the spoiler, which the spoiler's a miss, I guess. Do you like the spoiler? Do you not like the spoiler? That's like 50-50. Either you hate it or love it.
Right.
It's whatever. It's up to you. I personally love the spoiler. I'm kind of jelly. I had to pay $750 to get one added to mine. I have the spoiler,
but for you it was worth it
extra. Yeah, to me, I love the spoiler.
I'm with you. I think the spoiler looks great on the WRX.
Dude, it looks so sexy with that hood scoop in the front. You know what I'm saying? That shit look good as fuck. So like that's the car I got, but
I fucking hate you, but keep going.
I know how turbos work and everything, and there's a lot of moving parts going on, and I'm almost guaranteeing that weird how the turbo is going to be the first thing to fail. I'm going to sell that car off, get my American car back where it doesn't have to have a turbo to be fast. Weird, naturally aspirated. Love American cars. Buy American cars, and I also love you for that because you bought the Ford Focus, which is an American car, but you bought the one with the turbo. I'm just warning you.
Oh, I know.
Turbo has moving parts. and there is extra maintenance involved.
Yes.
It comes to having
So-
a turbo guy. So I love my Subi. I love it. It's a super fun car, but I'm never gonna buy a foreign car ever again. Throwing it
I can
out.
understand where you're coming from that. So
Yeah.
what my mechanic told me after looking up everything on the i3 and the turbo with it is two important things I need to remember. A, I have to use mid-grade fuel on it. I can't use cheapo bottom
See,
barrel
I
gas.
have to run 91 minimum.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
I have to run 91 minimum. Yeah, like on mine. Yeah.
I have to run 89 minimum.
We're
on this
Turbo
one.
Brothers. This is weird. I don't know if I'm ready for this.
I don't know if I'm ready for this
We're
either, but it's
Turbo
happening.
Brothers. John, help me out here.
I feel like we
don't
need some
think I'm
Judas
ready
Priest
for
in the
Turbo
background
Brothers
right now.
with Chris.
Listen,
I gotta teach him something. I like this. Though.
Listen,
I mean, I like.
listen.
I'm scared.
Apparently, I'm the only Mopar guy left, because I have a Chevy.
Shut the fuck up. I'm a Mopar guy to the bone. Get out of here with that. I'm a Mopar guy to the bone.
Billy, what you driving? What you driving?
That's weird. Hey, ask my dad what I have in the garage.
I
waiting
do.
for
I
me.
know. Billy.
Okay.
I don't care what
Okay,
you have in a
listen.
garage. What are you
God
driving?
damn it. What am I driving? I'm driving Subaru.
You're goddamn right.
And you hug that beautiful Subaru every day, and God damn it, I wouldn't blame you.
Yeah, it was fucking expensive.
I'd hug
Oh,
it
that-
every day
that-
too.
No,
fucking
this car
expensive.
nice.
I humped that bitch.
No, that car nice. I rode it. That son of a bitch. That car.
Yeah,
is
he
fucking
did. He
nice.
got the well. He didn't even get the full experience. I didn't really get to open her up, but he saw some shit that she could do.
Oh yeah,
He
they're
got
great
to see
cars.
it. He got to see,
I
but
fe-
that ain't the point. That ain't the point.
I felt like Paul Walker in Fast and the Furious,
Right?
Without crashing
Yeah,
into
I
a telephone
shifted
pole.
so many times it was unrealistic.
Yeah. It was like I'm like, dude, your jerking arm has got to be like pro now. like you gonna be able to put like coal
Okay.
in your right
Okay.
hand and make diamonds every time.
Dude, I love it. So, okay, we had our car talk, but at the end of the day, Chris,
I got a new whip.
so you got a new whip. So just for the record, state exactly what it is again. I want to hear it.
It is a
Year, model car.
2016 Ford Focus SE hatchback with 77,000 on it.
And how do you rate this car out of 10? And are you super satisfied with it?
After having it for the day, of course, after getting the new tires on it.
Yeah, this is our story. We're gonna come back to this. I'm gonna ask him like next year, and I'm gonna see what we get.
Okay.
But for now,
Okay, so after having it for the day and now having the new tires on it and driving it around town and doing a little bit of highway driving so far, dude, I'm fucking
Yeah.
in love. It's buttery smooth.
Okay.
It's silent.
okay.
Unlike the jerry rigging I had to do to get my phone to hook up to the 05 Focus by putting in a POS aftermarket radio. I
Okay.
literally plugged my phone in and it said, "Oh, here's your phone. Would you like to connect?" Bitch, yes, please.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
far,
Bluetooth is crazy.
9 out of 10. Easy. I love this car.
9 out of 10.
9 out of
Easy.
10. Easy.
I
9
just
out of 10, easy.
I just want to point
So
this
wait,
out.
wait,
No,
wait.
hold on. I want to point this
Okay.
out.
Okay.
Okay.
Chris is talking more favorably about this car than he ever has with an X. I just want to put that out there.
Damn.
I
Valid
just
point.
want to
Crazy evil X's, crazy evil cars.
just want to put that out
Okay.
there for
That is a completely
the-
valid
for the
point.
world to hear. Like,
Okay, so John's gone in rides with many of my vehicles because that's my thing. John, did you go on a ride with the car yet?
No, he
no,
has
Chris's
not.
new car?
He was at work.
He has not gone on a ride
Yeah,
yet.
because I left
Damn.
at 10 o'clock this morning and I didn't
Okay.
get back with it till about 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago.
No shit.
Yeah.
This is brand new.
This is brand new.
This is breaking news.
Yes.
Okay.
Breaking news.
it's still got that like fresh smell on it. You know what I'm saying?
It does.
Like,
So, what'd you do with the old Focus?
It's still sitting out in the parking lot for right now. So,
Oh, you haven't sold it yet.
no. So, my buddy at work and his friend are the two that
Oh,
have
okay.
spent the last year fixing it up for me, right? So,
Yeah.
his friend's got a little brother, and he's like, dude, when you go to get a new car, let me know. I'd like to buy the old Focus off you as a beater for my 16-year-old brother, because let's face it, it's kind of the perfect car for a first-time high schooler. It's a beater. You don't give a shit about it because it already looks like
I don't know
ass.
about that, but okay. Hey, I don't know. Like that car's like it's beyond just used. It's like that thing's been abused.
A little bit. A
Dude,
little
that
bit.
Focus is yeah. I'm surprised it's still on the road.
Me too. But
That kid's
it's
gonna
got
that kid's gonna have the car for a month, and then just like he's gonna be sitting at a red light, It's gonna be like those old silent movies where the car just falls apart. And he's just sitting there.
Dude,
It's
holding
not
the fucking
that
steering
bad.
wheel.
The motor
not
mounts
bad.
in it.
You
The
know-
motor mounts in it are
hold
less
up.
than a year old. The valve
Hold up.
gasket cover is less than a year old. Fucking
Valve gasket.
almost
He knows how to
a
say
year and a
that.
half old brakes.
Okay.
Yeah. What's wrong with
Okay,
your car though?
I got a
No,
story.
hold on. What's wrong
Hold
with your
up.
car right now? What's wrong with the old Focus?
Right
what did
now,
you learn? What'd you learn on the way back from one of these?
that I need a new rear suspension and that one of the ball joints is going out in the front.
That's not
I'm
that big
done.
a
I'm done.
deal.
I'm walking away. I'm
Okay.
walking away.
I love it.
So I'm either gonna
I
sell
got
it
a
to that
story,
guy.
though. So
I'm either gonna
hold
sell it
up,
to that
it's
guy or I'm
weird.
gonna junk it. Is what's gonna happen, and it's gonna go towards new car payments. It's gonna be one of those two things.
Junk it, don't junk it. Just put it up in Craigslist. Anyone will buy it. Anyway, so it's funny though that John wants to pick on you, but weird. You remember that Camry we were talking about?
Yeah,
at the beginning
yeah.
of the show. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same car that this story goes back to.
Okay.
Anyway, I remember a time, and John, correct me when I'm wrong.
As he
where
usually
John
does.
was rolling. Yeah, he will. He will. He's rolling down the street, and there's and Jesse's in the passenger seat, and he's driving, and I'm actually non-existent at the time. I came up to the scene later, but I heard the story, and I've seen it before, and it's so fucking funny. And he's driving down the street, and suddenly you see this wheel and a tire
Oh my
just like
God.
randomly go off to the side, and then John's car goes.
I remember
falls
this.
on his side because he literally lost his tire
Okay.
and his rim all in the same scenario.
Okay.
John, that's you.
Okay. To my point, to defend myself, and it's
So
not a great
funny.
defense. This is when I was getting my oils and tires rotated at Walmart.
Yes.
There was problem number
Yes.
one, which you
I
I
freely
mean,
admit.
I also remember you almost suing Walmart because they didn't put the oil cap on properly.
They didn't put the oil cap back on properly,
Yep.
and they also didn't fasten the fucking lug nuts because apparently they were called out of work on lug nut day. So
Okay.
so this fucking
But still,
car.
tell me that what I said
Hold on.
didn't happen.
No, it did
Lug
happen.
nut day.
It did really fucking happen. So this shit. All right, we're gonna tell this story. So I'm driving.
I love this story. I really
I think
do.
I was there when this happened.
You were at the house.
Yeah,
So-
I
You
was.
were because it was the jetting day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep.
so I'm driving to I don't even remember where we were going. I think we might.
Yeah, I don't even know where you were going. I
But,
can't even remember that.
But as we pull out, I feel the car go yank, like jerk to the fucking side, and I was like, oh no, because I knew immediately what it was. Jesse didn't. Jesse's like, what's wrong with
Yeah.
the car? I was like, just wait. all of a sudden, tire just flies ahead of me, knocks down a fucking fence in front of a house.
The tire was going faster than the car was ever possible to go, which was impressive.
No, it was
Yeah,
it was very comical, and it just all of a sudden goes, and I was like, "Fuck!"
Like the kind of scene that could have
And,
only happened in a comedy film happened to
Yes,
John in real
yeah.
life.
Because I am a fictional
Yeah.
character. That's all there
Apparently.
is to it.
Dude,
So
that was a really funny story.
no.
Like-
I'm not done. So
okay, even better.
So we can't drive, and we're like a couple of blocks away. So we call AAA because my mom had AAA at the time, and they said they'd be there in like 30 minutes, and I was like, and this was like middle of November, so it's fucking cold. Luckily, the house that the car stopped in front of, the people were there, and they were like, "Come inside so you don't freeze." I was like, "Okay, thank you so much." And so I had to live with like being embarrassed that this happened to my car with complete and total strangers.
And then
right there in
remembering
front of
that
me.
neighborhood after they invited you in to keep you warm, their method of keeping you warm was giving you meth.
No. These were white liberals that took me.
Oh, okay. Other side of the
So-
neighborhood. Got you. So they gave you weed.
Yeah. No, they didn't give me weed. Actually, they were just like they were good Christian white folk.
I like the extra emphasis you put on that there. Thank you.
You're welcome. So I'm sitting there and I'm so pissed off. I'm so pissed off because I literally it was the day after I brought it back from the oil change. So I said,
with that whole debacle.
Yeah. So y'all have
with the
seen
cap.
Y'all have seen me angry, and at multiple levels of anger.
Yeah,
right?
yes. Let's get on those stories. Never mind, moving on.
No. We'll tell that story. Yeah, we'll tell that story tonight. Fuck it. Because I love that story too.
Anyways,
so my different levels of mad. Like when I'm screaming mad, it's kind of like mid-level. When I'm quiet, angry, and just talking very slowly,
over. It's done.
It's telling you what to do.
There's no fixing John.
Yeah, there's no coming back.
Yeah.
I'm staring at a off TV, so blank screen TV, and Jesse's right beside me. I said, I want you to get on the phone with Walmart, and I want you to tell them what happened, and I want them to make this better. I don't want their service. I don't want them to ever touch my car again. I just want them to pay for whatever damage is done to this car. Do you understand?
Damn, that's coming from the wife.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And she was like, yep, I get exactly what you're saying. I said, because if you put me on the phone with these assholes, it's not going to end well for either party.
He will find a way to reach their phone and rip out their larynxes and shove them up their asses.
Yeah, no. I'd have went back to the house and I would have grabbed either you or Scott and said, we're going up to Walmart because I got an ass to kick.
When the wife requests a thing like that to John, it's over.
Yeah.
So
it's over. GG's in chat. You know what I'm saying?
So Jesse calls them and lets them know. And everyone's like, oh, Jesse, she's so nice. She's so quiet.
Wait till you see her mad.
Yeah, when she's mad.
Yeah. You ain't seen her want something in life. Wait until she wants something in life. Guess what? She gonna get it.
Yeah. So she calls them and they're like, oh, we'll give you a gift card. She goes, I don't want your fucking gift card.
I'm not coming back.
Yeah, I'm not coming back. I want you to pay for the damages done to the car because it's your lug nut, your mechanic who fucked it up because we were literally there the other day.
He is a lug nut. It's okay.
Stupid mother. Oh, goddamn.
So did you get your payout and everything?
Oh, yeah.
So the end of the story. So at the end of the story, did you come out on top?
Oh yeah, they gave me four new tires, which I took to Bridgestone for them to put on.
Oh, even better.
Yeah. Because I was like, they were like, okay, do you want us to put this on? I was like,
no, fuck no.
Fuck you. And I literally walked out. So
fuck you and the wheelless car you drive in on.
Yeah.
Good shit.
And it was funny because when I went to the Bridgestone guys, I was like, hey, I've got 4 new tires. I have them. I will gladly pay for the labor and a little bit extra if you would just put them on. And he was like, you seem like you had a bad day. I said,
you don't know the half of it, motherfucker.
I literally said,
that's funny.
I literally said, do not, if anyone ever comes in here and they've had a car serviced by Walmart, I want you to go through it with a fucking fine tooth comb because there's no fucking way there's not something wrong with that car. So yeah,
there's no telling what you're gonna find.
Yeah. because this is the same place that fucking forgot my damn oil cap and led to my entire Camry's engine being black forever. Because it was, you remember looking at that fucking thing? It looked like a murder.
I love you, and I loved your love for that Camry, but God, fuck that car, dude.
Oh, I love that Camry. If I could still have it.
You loved it, but fuck the guy that had to help you to fucking fix it. Hey, you know what's funny though is there's another story I remember about Jesse's Sunfire. You said, you guys were rolling in. Oh my God, I love the Sunfire. I actually really hated it, but I love the story of it. So it was actually at the point.
Yep.
It was at the point.
Serpentine belt goes off of it.
Yep. See, John knows where I'm going.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. You want to know why?
We were going to
happened?
the point, and this was in the daytime. We were going over there to talk to y'all, like not party oriented. Like we were like going over there, like chill with y'all,
hang out.
Yeah, exactly. And then I get a phone call because I'm at my dorm, or I'm in Scarlet, and I'm chilling. And John says we're over at the point, but Jesse's car like died, and like we couldn't like move the steering wheel, and we just kind of parked where we parked. And I was like,
"That's what Jesse said." I knew exactly what was wrong.
Yeah, I was talking to Jesse.
Yeah, I knew what was wrong with it.
So I was like, so you're stranded? And she said, yeah, girl. Anyway, so and then so I immediately just said, I'll be over there in like 5 seconds because I knew where the point was and I knew where y'all wanted. So I knew where Chris and Sifford's and all them apartments was. So
Yeah,
I knew where they're parked.
To their credit, they didn't call me or Sifford because we would have looked at it and said, yep, that's a car that's not working.
We knew better.
Yeah,
we knew better.
Exactly. You were smart.
I got in the Ranger. At the time, I had a Ford Ranger, which was boss. We'll go into that.
I fucking love that truck.
I love
that
truck so much.
That's right. Truck so much. But anyway, we get in this truck and I get in the truck and I fucking drive over there and I get over there and they're like, it won't even start. And like I can't turn the wheel and I said, pop the hood. I look at it and I was like, your belt's out. And I instantly knew that because when she said it was hard to turn and it just died, it kind of like just set off like a signal.
Yeah.
So I instantly knew the belt was bad. So I said, hey, Jesse, get in the truck. Let's go get a belt. So we go and get a belt. I swear to fucking God, that day was when I realized I will never work on a front wheel drive car ever again.
Because here's the
Just
fun
throwing
thing
it out
about
there.
that.
John, how many swear words did I say that day when I was putting that belt on?
Well, here's the fun thing about that fucking Sunfire.
Mm-hmm.
You know how most engines have like the belts are facing forward, Chris?
No, see, that's front wheel drive though, John, is what you're getting at.
Right. So if you're front wheel drive, it's like facing forward. If it's side, if it's rear wheel, it's to the side.
Okay.
No.
Well,
other way around.
Whatever. I don't care. Anyways.
If it's a normal car, the belt is going to be in the front, like
Right.
near the radiator, near your grill, near like the front bumper, right?
Right.
And on a front wheel drive car, the engine has to be turned to make to the transmission a certain way. So, ipso facto, the belt and the pulleys are on the side, like the driver's side wheel.
Look at you breaking out the Latin ipso
Like,
facto.
That's yeah, it's fancy, huh? Yeah.
I'm impressed.
That should be like a profession. But anyway, I'm just correcting John. No harm, no foul.
No,
just making sure it's clear that when it comes, it's the front wheel drive being to the side is what made it so difficult.
But that's
all I'm saying.
But that's not the problem because like usually they'll give you enough fucking room to do work in it. Not in that Sunfire.
Yeah, this one.
Not in that Sunfire.
Not in that Sunfire.
Literally, they was right up against the engine wall. I'm not even fucking kidding.
Oh, I believe
it was like right up against the wheel arches.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't that
insane,
Sunfire
dude.
not just a front wheel drive, but it was also a coupe, wasn't it? It was only a 2-door.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's half a car.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real. That was like literally half a car. And then on top of it, though, when I went to get the tensioner pulley, so for those of you that know cars, the tensioner pulley you can swing up to make when you put the belt around a lot easier, and then you let go of that to make the belt tight.
Okay.
This didn't want to work. Like it literally just I put a wrench on it, and it was like, nah, homie, I ain't gonna move. And so I had to be like, John, this is the tensioner pulley, right? And then we got on our phones, we started Googling some shit. Like I was like convinced that I was wrong. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like at that point, it was like, I don't know that I actually am the man for this job. We Google it and then we look at the diagram and we're like, yeah, that's definitely the tensioner pulley. And I go, John, pull on this. And he's like, nah, homie, that ain't moving. I was like, it's supposed to. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, yeah.
It's supposed to. So what I did was I ran the belt literally fully involved except the tensioner pulley. And me and John and there was somebody else. It was Nathan. Yeah, it was Nathan because I dragged his ass with me. All three of us got on this ranch. I swear to God, if I had a PVC pipe, this would have made it so much easier. But I ain't had that at the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm working with like a AutoZone fucking ratchet.
Oh God.
From that costs like 80 cents or whatever the fuck that shit costs.
$15
I'm working
set.
with like nothing. Yeah, I'm working with nothing. I just got to get these fools out of this fucking parking lot. So. And then all three of us pulling this.
And all of a sudden, this was the moment that Billy realized his mic cut out on him. We laughed, hilarity ensued, he continued telling the story, and then he picks it back up here in just a second. So sad. Rip Billy's computer. Oh my God.
But here's the reason why the belt failed. You ready for this one?
This should be good.
This is the reason why the belt failed. So Jesse's dad was the one that put the belt on.
Oh, well, there you go. There's the answer right there.
It was backwards.
Oh my God.
The grooves were up.
Yes, it was. Yes. So when we pulled the old belt off, we actually realized that the belt was on
my
backwards.
God.
That was later.
That
was later.
I was
But
like, your dad's never working on this car again.
it was, dude, that shit was insane. Like working on that car, because I've worked on cars my whole life. I mean, and I'm ready for anything, but that was, it's like, I'm cranking on this tensioner pulley. That should like have like 30 pounds of torque on it. You know, like your elbow is calibrated to that. To those that understand that reference. But and it's just like it won't budge, and I put my whole weight on. At the time, I'm a toothpick, like 160 soaking wet.
I'm putting my whole weight on it, and I'm like 250.
Yeah, John's like 250 soaking wet, and it took me, John, and Nathan, all homies, holding each other's waist to break this fucking tensioner pulley. And Jesse's like, "Oh, it moved. Great!
Put the fucking thing on.
Put it! Do you want to nudge it? Like, all you gotta do is like 2 centimeters of push. Just ah! And she did it, though. She did it, and it was great, and the car ran, and we got out of there. Dude, I love car stories with y'all. Yeah, I have so many crazy-ass car stories with y'all, especially John, because that Camry was a nightmare. Jesus Christ. This is taking me back. This is taking me back.
We're telling horrific / amazing car stories. I should tell you about the time that I changed a tire with a drumstick.
I don't know this. What?
I changed a tire
wait. Well,
with
how
a drumstick.
long ago was this?
This was before the Focus. This is when I still had my 95 Subaru Legacy.
The Subi?
Yes, the old white beat-up Subi.
Yeah. Okay.
Z-Tank.
So, wait. Was this before Stoop Goblins, or was that the same time?
That was at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was when the Stoop... Okay. I got it. Right. I want to hear
this was directly after. So I was working at the Papa John's in town, right? And at the time, my boss's car was in the shop, so he had asked me to come pick him up for the closing shift. All right, fine.
Shit.
No big deal.
Is this Thomas
Get all the way.
or
This
Ben?
is when we...
This was
when you were
Hampton.
in the Greenland apartment.
Yes.
Yes, Greenland apartment.
Okay. This was...
Okay.
John, this was Hampton. So he asked me to go pick him up. And he lived not
Damn.
all the way out in BFE, but like halfway to BFE. It was like the nice part of BFE.
Like it was a suburb, but it was a suburb surrounded by farms.
Basically. So get all the way out to his house, no problem. Pick him up, get in the car. And we're about halfway back, and something don't feel right. The car's dragging. It's sluggish. And then I roll down the window, and I hear flump, 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 flump. He's like, dude, I think you got a flat tire, man. You got a spare? I'm like, yeah, I got a spare. Come on. Pull over. It's the back passenger tire has gone completely flat. I'm like, all right, I got a spare. Give me a hand here real quick. So he helps me jack it up. We go to jack it up, and I realize that I don't have the bar that goes into the jack so you can actually twist it to make it go up, because it was one of those cheapo scissor jacks, right?
Right.
Okay, so I don't have the bar to twist the jack to make it go up. It's gone.
Oh, shit. You don't have the actual bar to, like, turn
exactly.
it?
So I'm thinking, fuck,
oh, shit.
how the fuck are we getting this up? So he's like, dude, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, I'm going to be late. You're on the clock still. Like, what the fuck? So I'm rummaging around my trunk looking for it, and what do I find? I find a drumstick. So I take a wooden drumstick, shove it into the hole for the scissor jack, and I spin that motherfucker up. I put that spare tire on. I spin that motherfucker down, and we drive back to the store. I changed a tire with a drumstick.
See, Chris, this is why we're fictional characters. Because there's no fucking logical way that works, except for us.
But it did. Exactly. But it did. Changed a tire with a drumstick.
Wow. That's impressive.
I thought so. Thank you.
Yeah, I would never have done that. I mean, that's super MacGyver.
That's how I felt too. I felt kind of badass.
That's really good. Yeah, that's really. Now,
granted, this story wouldn't be as good if this he was like, I'm turning. Oh, I broke it. So, anyways, apparently this is the car episode, so fuck it, we'll just tell a car story.
Yeah, this is
I mean, I guess
Anarchy Arena presents Click and Clack, the
so,
Tappet Brothers featuring John.
I mean, I'm totally down with. I actually wasn't expecting a car theme.
I
today,
wasn't
so
either. I
this is
thought we were
dope.
going to go off on a tangent,
again,
but we went with cars today.
again. Yeah, I guess. I mean, again, it's just bros talking. So let's go, baby.
You hated the Camry, but you weren't around really much for the Civic. The Civic made the Camry look like a goddamn Lexus. It made it look like a Cadillac.
Yeah,
Chris rode in this thing.
I did. I think I broke a door handle off of that thing, actually.
No. You broke the door handle off the Camry. So
I did. You're right. It was cold. It froze over. I'm sorry.
No. I told you specifically, don't yank on it. Try to beat the ice off of it, and then
I remember
lift
the
it.
story.
I was on the phone with my mom.
I heard John tell me, admittedly, he said, "Do not yank it." I remember him telling me that.
I may have been high. I can neither confirm nor deny. I may have been high.
So I'm on the phone.
No,
I'm on the phone
okay.
with my mom, and I'm like, "Hey, just to let you know, me and a buddy are going out. We're probably gonna go drinking because that's the relationship I have with my mom." I said, "So, I'm just
your mom's so
I love my fucking mom. She's one of the best moms ever. Love you, mom.
Great mom. Yeah, love you. I love John's mom.
All right, we're gonna tell another story. We might go over a little bit if everyone's cool with that. I mean,
yeah, it's fine.
Nah,
we got time.
Yeah.
Just keep going. Just roll with it. Man.
So Chris yanks this fucking handle and then gives me like the oh shit look that he does when he fucks up, and I was like, motherfucker.
And
my mom's like,
yep.
My mom's like, what? I was like, I will call you later. Get off the phone. I was like, you stupid son of a bitch, did I not fucking just tell you not to yank the goddamn handle? He's like, I'm sorry,
man. I'm sorry, man.
Like, God damn it, fine. Just get in the fucking car. He's like, I can't. I was like, maybe you should be in this fucking car. Bitch. Oh my God.
I love it.
So, anyways, there's a reason why Billy loves my mom. You ready for this story? You ready for this story?
So real quick though, hold on. I wanna tell a story because people don't know this story. Some people don't know the story. Chris wasn't even actually there for this story. But he's very well aware of the fact that it's not gonna be a surprise to him. So I'm in the Camry with Karg in the back seat.
I can already see where this is going. I'm in the passenger
seat, and Jesse's in the back seat as well. So it's me, John, and John and his wife. Okay, and me and Karg.
Okay.
And we're going on a cruise, and all we want to get is groceries. We want to get some hamburgers, we want to get some beer. That's the moral life of college, right? You gotta get some hamburgers, you gotta get some beer. Hamburgers and beer, right? So we go to Kroger, but here's the thing: the parking lot's lit full. So John's like, "Fuck, I don't know where the hell I'm gonna park. I'm gonna drive past the entrance of Kroger, and we're gonna figure it out." And Karg goes, "Hey, you got those really cool speakers in the back still?" John's like, "Yeah, absolutely." Karg's like, "Play Backstreet Boys and let's roll the windows down and we're going to scare everybody."
This sounds like a Karg thing to do. I totally believe this story so far.
This is the reason why me and Karg get along.
Yeah, this is why John and Karg were so close. He puts on Backstreet Boys. He puts the music so loud I don't even think I could hear myself think. It was so impossibly loud. And it's not even in a sub bass way. It was just in a treble midway.
Oh, God.
It was the most obnoxious, loud ass Backstreet Boys you could ever imagine. And we're rolling across the whenever you go into a grocery store and it has the yellow marks with the speed bumps, and that's the entrance of the store. Yeah, that's us. Yeah, that was us that day. We were rolling whenever you hear that guy playing music so loud, and you're like, "Shut the fuck up, dude!" And nobody wants to hear your shit. Yeah, that was us that day. And we were playing Backstreet Boys. I don't remember what song it was. It was insane. And I'm in the passenger seat with my hand over my face, I don't know these guys. I'm so sorry. I don't know. Hi, how you doing? I don't know these guys. I'm so sorry. It was insanely embarrassing. But God damn it, I wouldn't have that memory without those two, dude. They were literally blaring Backstreet Boys so loud the neighborhood could hear them. It was
he was covered his face, me and Karg like, everybody.
Yeah, they were singing. They had the hands
they have
in
no
the
shame.
They were jamming.
You're damn right we have no shame.
Yeah, they had no shame. And I'm sitting there thinking, damn, are these really my friends? No, I'm just kidding.
No, he's
Hey,
not kidding. He
motherfucker,
really
you
did
chose
think
us.
that
It
for
was
half a
insane.
second.
It was insane, dude. They were so obnoxious. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, I'm white. I'm the same as you. I get it. I'm not with them. I promise. Like,
I apologize for these
swear
other
to
white
God.
people in this car.
I apologize for these fellas in this car.
Billy was like,
Jesus
I'm white
Christ.
folk, they Caucasian, all right? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly right.
I'm white and I'm here with a couple
Dude.
crackers.
That is legitimately a memory I will never forget. I have never been embarrassed. I don't think so much in my life. Like, that was one of the most embarrassing moments I can think of from college, is when Karg and John blared Backstreet Boys, and I had so many people staring at it. I thought we were at a concert. Like, there was that many people coming out of Kroger staring at us as we were rolling around the parking lot. Like, I'm not
Remember
kidding.
when Card came down for Thanksgiving? I think you were there too, Billy.
Yeah, I was when he had the beard and he was out of the Coast Guard, and it was kind of like the first time.
He went to go
like,
pick me up from where I was working because I had to work.
Oh
I had to
yeah,
work Thanksgiving Day.
absolutely.
So
Yep.
he pulls up and he's like, and he's got a bowl ready for me because it was a Thanksgiving in retail, so I wanted to kill people.
Okay. Yep.
And
Yeah. Oh, dude, I already know. Okay,
Yep.
I'm with you.
so
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
So I start smoking this because I have no shame.
Yep.
And he's like, all right, I'm gonna turn on the radio. As soon as he turns on the radio, Backstreet's Back is playing, and I was like, Karg, I
It's a
love
sign.
you, man. I love you. Like, you are my favorite.
It is a sign.
But
It is a
but
sign.
no,
Yeah. So we can switch this. We can switch this back to what you
okay,
came to earlier.
okay.
John.
So
We can switch this back. So why do I love your mom?
he loves my mom because one day she was coming.
I do love John's mom.
She was coming up to visit me, and
That bitch is tight.
she's fun. I love.
She can hear me say
Yeah,
that
it's-
too. Because I know she'll put me in my place.
She'll laugh and then tell you, don't use that language.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, you get me. Yeah, like, yeah, she's gonna be like, haha, yeah, don't you ever say that again.
Exactly.
But
Anyway, keep going,
but
sorry.
she's coming up to visit me. I think it was my 21st birthday. So she's coming up to visit
Okay.
me. We're gonna,
Oh, dude, this
Yeah.
one, really? We're gonna
Oh,
go
yeah.
there. Oh my God, this is how I met his
Yeah.
mom.
Oh, God.
Oh no, dude, this is terrifying. By the way, John's mom, I really love you. I really do. And the fact that you survived this story and love me, I love you so much more. Keep going, John. I'm sorry, I'd throw that out there because I know she's gonna hear this.
so she's
God, I love this story.
so she's coming up to visit me, and we're in our apartment. I think we're waiting on stepdad to get out of the bathroom or something like that. And we're just sitting there.
None of these motherfuckers can hang with me, dude. They don't get like the scenario though. Like the environment of the apartment was super platonic, Jesus loving.
Yeah, it was.
right?
It was. Everyone loved everybody.
That's the environment.
Yep.
Let's get the platform laid down so people understand the monumental importance
okay.
of what happened.
So this is when that apartment was.
Oh, I know what this is now.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, yeah.
my
See
God.
what I'm saying, Chris?
I know what this
now
is
Chris
now.
understands where I'm going. See, that's what I'm
So
saying.
this is what.
That's what I'm saying, dude. They don't get the importance of how insanely embarrassing
Oh
this
my
is for me.
God.
Like, but absolutely monumentally huge, and I love John's mom.
So
I love her.
so this is when we called the apartment Jefferson's for some reason.
Yes.
And this
Oh,
is
I
when
love
Tony was still with us. I love Tony Mayo. Please,
Yeah.
if you ever listen to this, please get back and talk and contact with me. I want to talk to you again. Anyways.
Absolutely, Tony Mayo. Meet us
Yeah.
up.
Anyways.
Keep
So
going. Yep.
I'm waiting and we're talking, and the way the couches were is like the couch my mom is sitting on is backed. The back is towards the kitchen, and I'm sitting on the love seat that's facing the kitchen. And I see Billy come out of this room with, I'm not shitting you, a 2-foot bong. Now,
that's minor.
That's minor.
That was
It's
one of his
minor.
small ones.
Oh, it was one of the small ones. That was the one
Yeah.
hitter. Anyways.
We're not even talking about the 3.5-foot ice pick.
Oh.
Oh, I love y'all.
Anyways, so he's walking
Oh
out with
my
his
God.
2-foot bong because he's about to clean it, and he gets into the kitchen. His like he's not even looking up. He's in like mission mode. He looks up.
Yeah, I'm packing a ball.
He
Dun,
looks-
dun, dun, gonna clean the bong. Dun, dun, dun.
So he like I look up and I'm like, hey Billy, this is my mom. And he's got, like, as I say, my mom, I notice he's got a ball in his hand. And instantly in my head, I'm like, no.
No!
And she turns around and is like, hi, and sees the ball in his hand. Billy with...
And I pause. I literally stop. Like, bong in left hand, right hand free.
Like, you can...
Like, there's this pause.
Billy.exe stopped for a second.
Yeah. Billy.exe has crashed. There is no restart.
I rolled, but John, I rolled with it, and I said, hi, I'm Billy. And I shook her hand, and she looked at me and left, and then went talking to you, and I took that bong so fast to my room, dude. Oh my God. I was like, that's a mom.
And then when you went back to your room, my mom's sitting there, and she's like, so I guess you...
Dude, I went into like huddle, like huddle phase. I was like, what the fuck did I just see? What the fuck did I just see? Like, I was like stumped. I was stumped.
So he goes back in his room, closes the door. My mom looks at me and she goes, so I guess you smoke weed, huh? I was like, yeah.
Yep, yes I do.
Yeah. And she's like, it's okay. I did too. That's actually a very small ball, and if you ask me. And I was like, if you only knew.
Oh, yeah, she did say that.
Now fast forward a few years, John. Fast forward
what?
a few years. And how did you spend your Christmas last year, John?
Fuck it. We'll tell this story. Hopefully nobody will get in trouble with this.
By the way, she actually never hated me for the previous story that we just talked about. There was never any hate from it, and it actually created one hell of a story for me and John.
Yeah.
And it was also really funny because she called me. I can't remember. It was when I went up to their new house when she was with the guy. I think she's currently with. It was like they just got that house though, and I went up and we were chilling, and we were all older. It was before I joined the military, or was it?
It was when you joined the military. You were on leave.
Yeah, it was when I joined the military and we had dinner. She said, by the way, whenever you brought that bong out, I didn't care, and I was like, so I shit myself for no reason, and she was like, yeah, why would I care? You guys are grown adults. You can do whatever you want. And I'm like, I love John's mom. I love you so much. And John's mom is so cool, man. She's such a cool individual, and I love her to death. And very, very, I wish anyone listening to this could have the chance to just sit down and talk to her. She's such a unique individual.
She really is.
Absolutely.
Next month, I'm spending 3 days with her and her friends, and I'm excited for it.
That's going to be fun for you guys. But the reason why she didn't give a shit is because, John, how did you spend Christmas last year?
Last story.
No, it wasn't last year. It was when...
Was it 2 years ago?
It was when Force Awakens came out.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a few years ago now.
Yeah.
How did you spend that Christmas, John?
So, me and my stepsister, we're both really close, and we talk to each other.
Yeah.
And
is that the hot one?
Yes, that's the hot one.
Yes.
God, she's hot, dude. She's
all right, can we get past this? God damn it.
Sorry,
we'll never get past this. Your stepsister's hot.
Dude, your stepsister's so hot. Anyway, moving on. Keep going.
Anyways, God, that's so fucking awkward. Anyways, so we're texting each other, and she's...
How is that awkward?
She's my stepsister, man. It's weird. Anyways.
Oh, Mary, I will drop knee right now.
Anyways.
Keep going.
God damn it.
We're not reenacting Joe Dirt here. Let John get on with his story.
I hate all of you.
References. I love Joe Dirt references.
So, anyways, we're
the hot ass stepsister. We get it.
Damn it! Shut the fuck up. We're texting each other, and she was like,
"Oh my God! Why do I not have her number?" Say, hey,
because you're not gonna get it.
God damn it!
I know you. Anyways,
Anyway,
so we're texting, and I was like, "Hey,
because I know you.
Hey, just so you know,
yes,
I've got some weed. I know you said you were out." And she's like, "Yeah, please." I was like, "All right, I'll roll up a blunt, and I'll bring it with me, and we'll smoke it before we go see the movie." I was thinking we were gonna smoke the shit behind the shed and hide. That was just my plan. But that obviously that didn't go down. So we're in my car, the Civic at this time, and we're driving. No, we were in her car. Anyways, so she's driving back to my parents' place, and I was like, "Hey, this is the blunt. I don't know how and where you want to smoke it. We can smoke it right now, or we can wait till we get to the house. She's like, let's wait till we get to the house. I was like, okay. And we go into the kitchen area where my stepdad's sitting there like on his like iPad or some bullshit. And Lindsay brings out the blunt, and I'm like, I don't know if we're ready for this. and she's like, "Hey, Dad, look what John brought." And I was like, thanks for throwing me under the bus, you bitch."
Yeah, bitch.
Yeah, bitch. Hey, by the way, her name's Lindsay.
But my stepdad looks at it and goes, "Oh, all right. If y'all want to smoke, we'll smoke before we go to the movie." And I was like, "Wait, what the fuck's happening?" And then my mom comes out of the back. He takes the blunt into their bedroom, and my mom comes out and was like, "I was gonna ask if you wanted to smoke a joint before we went to this thing." And I was like, "Well, let's just fire this bad boy up." And my stepsister, my stepdad, and my mom all just started doing. It started a fucking perfect circle, man. I've never been in a more perfect smoking circle in my life. Nobody held it forever. They would tell their stories and pass the shit.
Quit.
And then start telling their stories. Oh, it was fucking amazing. And
nice.
So that's my Christmas miracle. That me and my entire family have gotten over the fact that we're all adults here and we can enjoy shit together.
Dude, and then he went and saw Star Wars high as balls.
So I don't think me and Chris can even compare. I mean, Chris, have you ever smoked with your mom?
No, my mom never. My mom finally.
I know your mom. That's why I asked the question.
My mom finally admitted to me like 2 years ago that she smoked when she was a teenager. My dad, obviously being a cop, he never did.
Yeah. We know your background. I just the question is, it's like, dude, John, I'm jelly. I love your mom. I love your mom so much, and I'm glad you got to share that moment because a lot of people don't get the opportunity to do that.
It's true.
So that's tight. And from that point, Chris, I'm gonna let you take it over.
So I did not expect this episode to go this way.
It's crazy.
I did not expect this.
It's crazy. This episode is insane, and but it was a lot of fun.
It was.
I had a lot of fun.
We started off as Click and Clack, the Tappet Brothers, featuring John.
Yeah.
Don't you drive like my brother.
Don't you? Yeah, exactly.
And we ended with John smoking out his entire family.
His entire family, but he has a cool ass mom.
He really does. Emily's a sweetheart.
There's a difference. Listen, a lot of people need to hear this. There's a difference between like when you have a kid, being a friend with the kid, and then like being a mom. And John has like the ultimate medium.
Yes.
Like ultimate medium.
No,
because he had a mom, but once he got of age, he had a friend. And like that's super cool. How it went. And I envy that. I really do. Well, I really do envy that.
And not trying to put more onto this episode, but the reason why me and my mom get along so well is because she treats me like an adult. And I feel like a lot of
that's my point.
A lot of parents, a lot of people, their parents don't do that still to this day. Yeah. My mom understands. I'm gonna believe what I'm gonna fucking believe, and you can like it or just shut up about it, because I promise you, I've done more research than you have on anything that I believe.
Right.
And so she gets that, and she still loves me. Like when I told her I was an atheist, like we were sitting down at a restaurant, and I was like, "Look, I don't believe in God. I don't think he's real. Even if he is real, he's a piece of shit." She understood that completely, and she was like, "Yeah, I get that. I understand. I'm not going to tell you that you need to believe in a God. I'm Christian, but I'm not going to tell you what you need to believe. But and we could talk about this, but
yeah, no, that's just deep as fuck. I love it, and I really hope your mom hears this, because I agree with you 100%. But again, I'm gonna pass it to Chris to what's up?
What's up? How you doing?
Let's wrap it up.
How you doing?
What's up? How you doing?
That was the most clumsy way to get to the closing of this episode.
Right?
God, are you
And
serious?
that's our show.
And that's how we do it.
So this has obviously been the Car/John smokes with his entire family episode.
This is the weirdest.
Episode so far. Our next episode is going to be super interesting, and it's going to be a hell of an interesting conversation. And something tells me it's probably going to get broken up into 2 parts. I know some of you are expecting that this was going to be an addition to my crazy exes, but don't worry, we will get back to that. That will still come. I guarantee it will. But you're going to want to listen to the next one because it's going to be a hell of an interesting topic.
Damn.
So be prepared for that. And until you listen to that,
can I give him a little hint of what it's going to be about?
You want to give him a spoiler? You want to give him a little mini
I'm gonna give you
spoiler?
a little bit of a spoiler.
Give him a little mini spoiler.
We're going to talk about Satan.
Yes, we are.
That's right.
We're going to talk about Satan with someone who knows a lot more about Satan than we do.
Okay, I'm a little terrified.
You should be, but in the best possible way. So stay tuned next week for Satan. This has been Click and Clack, the Tappet Brothers featuring John and his smoking family. And I have been Chris the Metal Barrett.
I'm the Extreme Master.
And I'm John the Joker, and I don't know what the fuck to say about this one.
Dude, it's just spontaneous. We bros talking. And there you go, guys. We found out Chris got a new car. We talked about some old cars, some great memories with those old cars, including me not being able to stop with brakes. That was great. Thank you guys for listening. Stay tuned. And always don't forget to tune in to the next episode of the Anarchy Arena podcast. We look forward to you guys listening, and thank you so much.